You know what, brother? This is a personification. You know what? This is not a real person.
Let me see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is not a real. What the Egyptian was trying to say.
Right.
I got it.
Right.
What the Egyptian was trying to say is that, you know, it is the stars, you know, with the sun, with symbolic kundalini. This is true. I understand that. That's what the Egyptian was trying to say.
Right.
Would you put it in your house? No, I will not put it. So don't tell me about this garbage. Right.
But we'll put the Bible.
Wow, it's on the ground. That's the reason why. Give me Revelation 18 and 4 real quick, man.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven say,
and this voice that you are listening to, sa.neter, listen to this voice clearly, right? Because this voice is coming from heaven. The voice that you are listening to right now is coming from God. And you need to listen to it. Read.
say, come out of her.
Come out of Egypt, sa.neter. Come out of Egypt.
He said, come out of Egypt, son. He said, come out of Egypt, son.
When you was a child, I expected you to think like a child. When you was following polite, I expected you to think like a child.
Hold that for me. I'm going to talk to you back. Hold
You've
that.
been introduced.
Also, such a light image
I
in
do
the,
not
on the,
expect
on
you
the
to
page
think
too.
like a child anymore, sa.neter. It's time for you to grow up, huh? Do not come in front of the ISUPK trying to confine us because you know you're all going to get destroyed.
Say, come out of her, my people.
Come out of her. Come out of Egypt. Egypt is the first LGBT. This is why they are together. Look at that. Look at that. That makes perfect sense.
Do you know what mythology
in this world that we are living in this world that we are living in, this makes perfect sense.
Do you know what mythology is?
And this, yeah, we know exactly what mythology is.
What is mythology, brother?
That ye may not be partakers of her sins.
We should not be partakers of a sin. Let me show you what mythology is. Go in the verses above. Let me show you exactly what mythology is. sa.neter asked, do we know what mythology is? sa.neter knows better.
Verse 2. And he cried loudly with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is falling.
Babylon is falling, man. Let me tell you something about Babylon, man. Babylon, just like the Egyptian, they had great mythologies, man. They had great mythologies.
Where do you think Hebrews come
you
from?
gotta be quiet.
Where did the
You
Hebrews
ask
learn?
a question.
They learned
You
from
see
the
the
ancient
problem
Egyptians,
of an
brother.
unstable man?
They learned from the ancient
This is the
Egyptians.
problem of an
We
unstable
learned
man.
that.
An
That Hebrews
unstable man asks a question.
came out of
What is
Egypt. What are you
mythology?
talking about?
And y'all see me in
What
the
are you
middle,
talking about?
in the middle of answering these questions.
You don't know what you're
Now,
talking
he's
about.
gonna ask, what is, do you know what he's gonna ask?
Where
another
did
question.
Moses learn all
That
the
is
wisdom?
the man that is
Where did
unstable.
Moses learn all the
This
wisdom?
man is unstable.
Where did
He
Moses
is
learn
unstable
wisdom?
in all his ways. I'm gonna answer your question.
Answer
You
that.
show some discipline.
Answer that.
So now let me answer that first question.
Answer that.
Because you have no discipline.
Where did your
to
Moses
listen to the
learn
first
from?
answer.
Your
Yeah.
Moses learned from the Egyptians,
Let
brother.
me just say something real fast.
Come on,
You hear that
man.
sound right there?
Oh,
Give me that
shit.
sound.
Here you go.
Give me
Here
that
go the
sound.
captain, man.
Now, if you pay attention to what sa.neter said, now we got this sign, this artwork right here. Don't be afraid to take a look at this artwork. This artwork is written on Kemetic walls. And in their mythology, he asks, what is mythology? Mythology is man-made creations
Right.
to convey a point.
Right.
That's what mythology is. So y'all tell me what man in the development of creation in the Bible, when it talks about God created the heavens and the earth, when you read Genesis, the first chapter, you're not going to see a man with a penis aimed at his mouth for the creation of the planet Earth. Because the Bible is not mythology. The Bible is common sense. But in man's mythology, in ancient Kemet, when they describe the creation of the earth, this man that you see with his penis aimed at his mouth, his name is Gambit. Written by a man's mythology, and he believed that he nutted in his mouth and brought forth creation. That's what mythology does. That's why Kemet or Egyptians are the parents of homosexuality. What does America build themselves as? America is modern day Egypt. for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Meaning, the same way we was enslaved in Egypt, the same way we enslaved here. The same idolatry that they worshipped in Egypt is the same idolatry they worship in there. So now sa.neter asks another good question. He said, where did Moses learn from? So Moses sees all the nastiness that goes on in Egypt. You got the scripture, I go read the scripture.
That's right. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3.
And this is what everybody should learn. Everybody should learn the same thing that Moses learned in Egypt is the same thing we're supposed to learn in America. Read.
After the doings of the land of Egypt.
So now he says, after the doings of the land of Egypt, like this right here, y'all not putting, like sa.neter said, you're not putting this in your house, right? You got a Bible in your house?
Yes, sir.
Shalom. You see, you got a Bible in your house, but he does not have this in his house.
Yeah, peace and black power family. Y'all already know what it is.
We about to do an interview.
You already know what it is, man.
Got us? Got us?
Yeah.
Got us? It's $1 million picture.
I know.
All right, brother. All right, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I'm good. Welcome to Harlem.
You know it.
You gotta leave that in there. You gotta leave that in there.
Welcome to Harlem, man. You already know. Man, earlier today, man, I came through. I got here before you.
Right.
And I said, you know what? Let me mess with the ISUPK brothers for a minute.
Right.
I got up there. I spanked them a little bit.
Right.
What do you think about that, man? You came in and helped them.
No, I just came in. I wanted to get a lick. Like, I wanted to join in on the ass with it. Like, because I was enjoying, these brothers here, they seasoned enough. That was Officer Yatazar, for those that don't know. Officer Yatazar was holding it down. And when I came in, I thought it was enjoyable to just watch my men get out there and do what we do out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was old times.
Yeah,
I missed that.
they gave me a little bit of that old feel.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Then we had a heckler come out there, say he prayed to the universe. I mean, so it was pretty good.
Tell us, right quick, while I got you, I want to get a couple of questions to you right quick.
Okay.
Tell us, what is your take on the resurgence of Epstein? Did I say it right? Epstein or Epstein? How you pronounce his name?
Who, the white boy?
Yeah, Epstein.
Epstein?
Epstein. There you go.
When
Epstein conversation.
I think Epstein represents something. You see,
did he unalive himself?
Yeah, they saying that he did.
But did he? You think he did?
No, I don't think he did.
Okay.
Just like I don't believe that there's no incriminating evidence on Donald Trump. That's why they're not releasing the file. That there ain't incriminating evidence on a lot of white people. And that's why they're not releasing the file. And what this represents, and you notice, Trump is still getting love from America.
Right.
Just like everybody still loves Diddy. Everybody still loves Umar Johnson, even though Umar Johnson is a sexual deviant too. Everybody loves all of these people because that's Christianity, hypocrisy.
Hold on. You said Umar Johnson is a sex deviant?
Sexual deviant, definitely.
Why you say that?
Because Umar Johnson, I watched this video where Umar Johnson says that God is against premarital sex. I listened to Umar Johnson say that black queens forever, snow bunnies never. But every time he's caught up in a scandal, it's always with some crazy type of woman. You remember the conscious stripper?
Yes.
But now in recent weeks, out of his own mouth, he calls a woman he's had at least 3 sexual interactions with, he calls her throat goat, calls her hood rat, says that they met only in a hotel for 3 hours where she gave him fellatio and that she got fishy box. And my thing is, if she got fishy box, if she's a throat goat and you don't believe in premarital sex and it's black queens forever, snow bunnies never, what are you doing with her? And now, let's say for the sake of argument, he thought she might have been the one. He was grooming her to be the one. And then you find out she got this bad box. You went back there 2 more times. And then the crazier part, she's a throat goat, she's a thought, she's a hood rat. But then you let this same woman take care of your mother 2 times, according to you. May have access to your business bank records, according to you. A sexual deviant doesn't think, they just think about sex. Donald Trump, Epstein and them, they're sexual deviants. They don't think, they just think about the sex. And then we still love them anyway. So do I believe the Epstein files? Yes. Do I believe that they're on there? Yes. And if it was black men on there, this is the other part. If it was black men, a bunch of prominent black men.
Switch again. I got to switch again.
Did you get all that though?
Yeah, I got all of that. This one is
I want you to leave all that in there too.
Yeah, it's all in there.
Right.
Yeah.
You hear me good now?
Yeah, I hear you good.
And if there was a prominent black men on there, like what they did to Diddy, Diddy is a sexual deviant. But what the charge, you see the charges that the charges that was supposed to get him all this time in jail, they end up dropping all them charges. So they trump him up with a bunch of charges just to show how nasty he was with his sex life. And so nobody's defending, I'm not defending his sex life at all. But what I am saying is how they go hard at Diddy, they made sure that they protected Epstein. And Donald Trump, remember Donald Trump said he was going to release those records. And then you know what white men do when they angry? They start telling the truth because Elon Musk said Trump won't release it because he's on it. So it's definitely something where they're not going to release that, because if they release that, they have no window to justify Trump being president.
Do you think that there is really an incriminating list of high-profile people in a library of sex tapes from Diddy and the Epstein cases?
The Epstein case, I definitely would. Again, with the Epstein case, I say yeah. Even with the Diddy case, I mean, at the surface level, all this is conspiracy. But the reason why I say yes with Epstein is because they're saying that there's nothing there. And they want society, this is how you know they treat American people like peons, because they wanted us to believe that there was records there from Epstein. Now there ain't nothing. Because if there wasn't nothing, you know what they would do? They would release it. They would release it to show that it's not nothing. The fact that they're not releasing it, that's why I believe it's names on there, it's tapes, it's an island. Everything about Epstein is true. Now with Diddy, who knows? Because I don't know, because they arrested Diddy. That they did drop the heaviest charges, but I think what we saw, this was more about shaming Diddy and his sexual life, as opposed to him being guilty of the trafficking and what's going on, brother, and all the stuff that he was accused of. This is more about, let's just shame a black man. Another one, I don't know if you have this in your questions. Shannon Sharp, did you see?
No, I didn't see that.
So Shannon Sharp, you know, he took himself off of ESPN because he was sleeping with that underage girl.
Right,
so not underage, but she was of age. Yeah, but she claimed, right, white girl. Now here's the crazy part. They settled.
A white ugly girl.
A white ugly. Well, it won't matter if she ugly or cute.
Yes, it does.
No, to you it might. To me it don't. But anyway, my point is, they settled, right, with prejudice, meaning the settlement is that they was in a consensual relationship.
Right.
The settlement is that he did nothing to her. Their relationship.
Settlement, though, the money.
They didn't release what the amount of money it was. But the key point is, remember, the story was he was abusive, he was choking her, doing XYZ. Then he released the tape saying what he did to her. Now, the only lesson that I want to see from here, if Shannon Sharp deals with another white woman, then he didn't learn the lesson at all.
Do you think P. Diddy learned his lesson?
No.
From all of this? Me
No.
neither.
No.
Because he really didn't pay no price.
Not only.
But he's facing 20 years.
Listen,
10 years off each case.
Let me tell you something. I don't think he's going to, because he's a first-time offender, so they're going to argue first-time offender.
Yeah.
But not only did Diddy not learn, black people not going to learn. You know what black people going to take from this case? That I can keep being a sexual deviant. I ain't got to stop my sexual nastiness because Diddy beat the feds.
Right.
Because Diddy beat the feds,
right.
Black people looking like, man, we can get out here, we can have sex with these hoes, be homosexual, threesomes, baby oil. Did you see outside the court case? Outside, when Diddy was found, when they dropped all them charges, and he was found only guilty of what he was, there was two people out there. One nigga was pouring baby oil on him. And then here comes some ugly ass black woman. She pouring baby oil in front of the damn courthouse.
Ah! I got the baby oil! Baby oil! Let's do it free! Baby oil!
Oh, man.
in front of the court.
So what was the reason for that?
Because they love Diddy. And that's what I'm saying. Sexual deviancy is a major problem in America.
What was doing with all that baby oil?
I'm not trying to get into that type of freaky type of mind. That ain't my thing. I'm oiling up. I don't know, man.
So let me ask you, man. Why do you think there's not a lot of video being played on Solomon, the brother that got caught on the train jerking off to a 17-year-old girl? How come you don't see no uploads going crazy? Garfield have not made one.
Oh, he didn't?
Nah, I up made one.
Okay.
You know, where's all these people at that was going?
You know what I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why, because that's how you could tell. Like, for the people that did it, that made the videos, they care about that type of issue.
Right.
The people that did not make the video only care about views. That's why they didn't do it. Because think about it, by the time Solomon is doing that, he's not even really known anymore. Like, nobody really thinks about him like that.
Right.
But when Polite did it, Polite was still a somebody. Right. So the people will do it because I can get views off of Polite. They look at it as, if I can't get all the views, why am I talking about Solomon?
So they really care about the
No, they don't. That's my point.
Right.
They don't care. That's the whole reason for me saying it, because if it's somebody within our community and they do something within our community and we are made aware of it and you don't do nothing about it, then you only do it if it's beneficial to you. You're not doing it for the cry out of sexual deviancy or crime. Like when Gorilla Hebrew left, I don't know if you want me to talk about that, so I'll keep it light. When Gorilla Hebrew left, first of all, when we found out Gorilla Hebrew was getting pegged in his ass, I talked about it right away. Got an ass in that's when Luke said face down, ass up, that's Gorilla Hebrew. Face down, ass up. And the woman doing it to her. But when that came out, and here's why, and I need everybody to understand, because of course, before this came out, me and Gorilla was cool. But think about what you're saying about Solomon and nobody says nothing. Imagine that comes out about Gorilla Hebrew and I don't say nothing. They're gonna say Capt is a hypocrite.
So you built different from all these things, man.
Most High in Christ. That's the way I was raised. Barakatah, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah.
What do you think about me saying that the government is possibly involved in all of the sex trafficking of people, especially children, or is it all fake news and conspiracy theory, in your opinion?
You can't say that it's conspiracy theory, because when you think about all of the child molestation that takes place in the Roman Catholic Church, if the Roman Catholic Church can't do that trafficking without government assistance. It's not like they just come in there and people ain't reporting it. And when it gets hushed up, that's the government. That's the police force. That's everybody. And their connections are up high. When we talk about white supremacy, that is white supremacy. When you see a white cop, when you see a correction officer, when you see security guard, all of that is white supremacy. So the sex trafficking of minors and children and kids, just like we found out later about the government's involvement in the drugs. You know what I mean? When Ronald Reagan was saying trying to be against drugs, we found out later that he was working with the CIA to promote drugs. So it's the same thing with sex trafficking. We'll find out the government had a hand in that too. It's all like, never think that any criminal activity that makes money in America, the government's hand is in it, because they're the biggest criminals in America. That's, again, which goes right back to why the Epstein files are not going to be released. You want the proof it's the biggest? Trump was found guilty of those charges, you know. When they took Trump to court, Trump got, I think it was 37 counts, between 31 and 37 counts. He was found guilty. They paused his conviction so he could run for presidency.
That's crazy.
It's insane. Never saw nothing like that. But you want to believe in the government. You want to believe in the American way. When you be American, you're going to be a criminal. There's nothing that you can't do. If you want to be a homo, lesbian, drug dealer, abortionist, whatever you want to do, and you're American, you can do it, because there is no real rules in America. It's only when the white man says, okay, let's take him down. When the white man says, okay, he got too big. And this is why it's hard to fight against when they say with Diddy with the whole alcohol thing, when he tried to get it, the alcohol stuff, it's hard to fight when people bring that argument because they dropped the charges, because there was no proof. So now that leads to the conspiracy theorists that say they did that to Diddy because he wanted to buy this or do that. Because when you get too big for your britches, they will shut you down. But most importantly, if you're not sinning, they can't shut you down like that. If Diddy wasn't a homosexual already, they wouldn't do it. Same thing with Tyler Perry. If he wasn't a homosexual, a white man wouldn't be able to say, and that white man ain't innocent either. Tyler Perry, some white man suing Tyler Perry for trying to come on to him and shit like that. That's a grown-ass white man. That grown-ass white man went to that grown-ass black man's house, and if I'm reading the messages, I would know that this man is coming on to me. So the white man went there. Tyler Perry just stupid to not believe that the white man was just setting him up. That white man was doing all that so he could sue him.
Hold up, man. You saying Tyler Perry was hitting on the white? Was he doing it for real?
Get them text. You got them text messages?
He was really hitting on the white man.
Yeah, he told that white man that white man told him, my belief in God is why he don't want to be with a man. Tyler Perry said something like, man, sometimes you gotta lose your religion. Yeah, see if you can find them texts. If not, I know y'all got them for sure.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, dead ass. If he get the text,
dressing like a woman.
yeah, come on, man. Who's surprised that Tyler Perry's a homosexual? Who's surprised?
Damn, I ain't know nothing about
Who's
that.
surprised? If you can't find him, y'all got him for sure. I know you got him.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and.
Do you think there's a relationship between the Diddy parties and the Epstein parties?
Yeah, because I would say they all mix with each other. Remember, Donald Trump was a nigga for a long time.
Yeah.
Everybody agreed with Donald Trump. Everybody rocked with Donald Trump. Thought he was black and put their rhymes and everything like that in there.
Yeah.
Listen, this is it says, this is what Tyler Perry's text to the white man. What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have you found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car, Geo Metro. It says, giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist, that's so cool, where you came from. That's what Tyler Perry is texting him. To give up his religion so Tyler Perry could have sex with her.
Yo, why do they do stupid shit like that? Like, leave evidence there to text him.
Listen, that's why I said, that's why I put Umar Johnson, Tyler. When you're a sexual deviant, you believe that this person has this trust for you that they're not going to expose you.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I thought I could talk to him. I thought I could talk to her. And you know the sad part with the Umar Johnson thing? That woman that gave him fellatio, that woman that took care of his mother, that he's now calling throat goat and a thought, she believed that she would be one of his black queens. That's the sad part. Like, Umar is a hustler for pussy, in the sense that when he say that black queens forever, black women believe that. And so, bless you too, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Definitely, man. And so, Umar Johnson gets these women to believe that he wants them to be a black queen, and so they doing anything. You want me to take care of your mother? Fine. You need some head? Fine. You want to go to the hotel? Fine. And then when Umar Johnson get finished, she's a throat goat with fishy vagina. 3 times. How you go back to fishy vagina 3 times?
You said go back fishing vagina?
He said that she had fishy vagina.
Oh, okay.
And start naming all type of fish. He said she got crabfish, salmon fish, squid. That's how he said her vagina smelled.
Right.
But he hit it 3 times.
Oh, come on, man. So he bullshitting, man.
Hell yeah. The saddest part though, and what everybody needs, the lesson that I want everybody to pay attention to, is not that sexual deviants don't exist. And it's not that they're not popular. But we continue to support them no matter what.
Do you think it's because of the celebrity YouTuber he had become?
Yeah, it's because it's fame. Yeah, when you in love, yeah. Right, definitely.
He always say, I'm the best.
Yeah.
What do he always say? He's the best.
Oh, he's the king. Wait, you know what's crazy? Yeah, you know what's crazy about him saying he the King Kong of consciousness?
What?
That's the proof he suffered from white supremacy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. King Kong was about that black boxer that was having sex with that white woman. And so when they made the movie King Kong is the big black gorilla and the white woman is his weakness.
Right.
So when he says he's the King Kong of consciousness, he's exemplifying white supremacy. Why don't he say he Godzilla or a lion or something like that? Why be a gorilla when you know the trope that they put on black people about that?
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Damn. As a country, should we view our current president, who has been pictured spending time with and even partying with both Epstein and Diddy? How should we view the president?
Listen, you ever see that movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
And what's the brother that was the president? I forget what his name was. But Idiocracy is if anybody want to understand this American presidency, just look at Idiocracy. He partied like a rock star, shot guns in the air, and they was all stupid. Everybody was stupid. Everybody was dumb. And that's America right now. Everybody loves Trump because he acts like a rock star. Remember he got so-called shot in the ear?
Yeah.
He pumped the fist.
Right.
You know what song they played? Many Men by 50 Cent.
Oh, man. Do you think that was all an act?
Yeah, I think that was staged. I don't think none of that was real, because once he got so-called shot, there was nothing that Kamala Harris could do. When I saw him get shot in the ear and he walked back and he put that fist in the air, why even black people thought that was black power when he put that fist in the air.
He caught them.
Yeah. And so what they do is they rock us to sleep, because we love, especially black people, we love the theatrics and we fell for it. And now the saddest part, now that he's in office, they got that Alligator Island, what they call it?
Alligator Alcatraz.
Alligator Alcatraz, where they putting all our Latino brothers in there, 8 in a box. ICE is going into everybody's houses. I heard the ICE try to go up and run up on the Haitians. Haitians beat the shit out of them in Brooklyn, I heard. That's all because of Trump. And the problem with us is that we look at his so-called coolness and think it'd be cool to have Trump as president, not knowing him being in office is going to destroy us. Because as he's getting the Latinos, and then black people think, well, that's the Latin business, that ain't my business. They coming for us after that. They're gonna start questioning every black residence. That's why they coming to the Haitians. That's why they're gonna come to black. They're gonna be looking at everybody, and that's how they rock us to sleep. To where now we hate Latinos, not because Latinos did something to us, but because the white man hate Latinos. You ever heard the term the white man can come to the cookout?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the Latin man can come to the cookout?
Right.
I ain't never heard that.
Oh, no.
I ain't never heard, you know how they say you got the N-word pass?
Right.
They don't get. I remember when Fat Joe said.
Why you say N-word?
I'm so used to when I'm on TikTok and shit. Like, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm gonna tell you, because when I be on TikTok, they'll kick you off because so it's like programmed. So they'll give a white man a nigga word pass. When Fat Joe said nigga, he couldn't say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'll always get.
Wrong?
No, I think Latinos are my brothers.
Right.
They have a right to say. Listen, we in Harlem. Especially if you from like New York, New Jersey area, they was right with us. If you do historically, the Young Lords was a gang that was right with us. The Last Poets, which is regarded as the hip hop before it was hip hop, had a song. Say again? The Brown Berets in California. When it talks about the Last Poets, they had a Puerto Rican that wrote a song called My Pretty Nigga. It was never no Puerto Ricans couldn't do this and blacks couldn't do this with each other. We was always mixed with each other. So I'm not gonna now separate myself from them because the white man said so. And then if you think about it, that's the divide and conquer tactic that the white man creates. Because the black man gonna separate from the Latin man, join the white man, and the white man gonna pound his ass out too. Like black people forget about the crack in the 80s. They forget about the drugs now. Latinos wasn't the one doing it to us. They wasn't the one making sure. The same government you was talking about with Epstein is the same government that was putting them drugs in us now. And that's what Trump is doing. Trump rocked us to sleep with the election and now is bringing out all his provisions to make sure he keeps us knocked out and keeps us down.
What's going on with you and the brother? You was just on the show not too long ago. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you was just on the show, Sin.
Saint and Sinner?
Yeah, what y'all do, man?
No, what you mean?
You did something where you said this nigga's scared.
Yeah, he's scared. He's scared of the Israelites.
Why
yeah.
you say he's scared of?
Because, okay, so I'm gonna tell you why. He definitely scared of me, right? And so I don't know him.
Right.
I found out. So I'm gonna tell you this part before I tell the story.
Right.
I found out later, like after I went on his live stream, I found out that Mawa Quad was actually supposed to go on his show when we was in Atlanta in April. I was a part of that, but I didn't know that that was the same guy beforehand because I was in my hotel. If you watch the original video, I was in my hotel. A brother texted me, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta get on this live stream. The Israelites looking bad." So when I go on the live stream, the title of the live stream is like, "Why do black people want to be Jews or Hebrews?" And so what I found out was, as all the Israelites was coming on there, he crushing them. He talking shit to them. Bop, 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 bop. Now, I get on there, it's a whole different energy when I get on there, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So now when I get on there, he like, "Oh, I see you a little bit more seasoned." He says this.
Yeah, I heard him.
You're a little bit more seasoned, so he don't cross the line. And so then, so I get off his live, he messages me, asks me to come back on and battle the agnostic. So I battled the agnostic cat, I beat the hell out of him. In the middle of that, he makes a scene, he says, "You know, I'm the best debater." I said, "No." I said, "I'm the best debater." And he was like, "Well, you know, when I debate, I act like Mike Tyson. I bite your ear off." I said, "I need that type of energy so I could be a savage." So I'm thinking, you know, we'll get a debate XYZ. But he didn't ask for a debate with me. And then after I get off the live, the next day, before that, he says, "Yo, I want you to come and be a part of this conference he having, I think, in January or something like that." So I'm thinking, we might build something, rock it out together. The next day, he doing another video bashing the Israelites. And I'm saying to myself, you had the Israelite on your channel that if you bashed him and beat him, it would actually hold weight. Like the Israelites that he battling are, no disrespect to y'all, but
Who is this, the white boy or Saint?
no, the Saint Sinner guy.
Saints, okay.
Everything I'm talking about is the Saint Sinner guy.
Right, okay.
Now, no disrespect to Israelites that do work, right? But if we talking about levels, I'm like at the top. If we talking about it, right? Especially in this, we talk about debates and stuff like that. To whereas if somebody say they beat Tazaryach or embarrassed Tazaryach, and if somebody said they embarrassed Tazaryach, I'm saying Tazaryach because I don't know no Tazaryach that debates. So can't nobody, you know, Israelites baby emotional as shit. His name sound like mine. So I'm saying Tazaryach on purpose. It won't hold the same weight. So that showed me that he's a coward. So the reason why I titled it, "This Nigga Scared," is because when I came on your platform and I paid $15 to go on his platform, he didn't want to battle. But when I got off, he talked shit, and then the other Israelites are going out there to try to shoot their shot, and he wants to battle them because he feels like he can beat them. So he knows he can't beat me, so that's why I called him out. He need to be called out. He's a clout chaser.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I agree with you on that. Where I'm at here. Let me see.
What's going on, bro?
Let me ask you, does the deep state see race, or is it all about status and class?
When you say deep state, you talk about the American government?
Yeah.
It's a combination of both because the rich only care about the rich. So at a certain level, at the surface level, it's race. But when you get high enough, then it is about rich and poor. The rich are only going to care about the rich. The rich job is only to make sure that they stay rich and keep the poor poor. But at the surface level, the poor whites are always going to be better than the poor blacks. But then even the rich whites are going to look down and separate themselves from the poor whites. So it's a combination of both.
All right. Speaking of small hats,
Right.
speak to us about Donald Trump's military action on Iran after what they did to Israel.
I think that if we was to be honest, it looks more like Israel runs America than America runs Israel. Even Donald Trump had to curse when he said they don't know what the fuck they doing. Because, yeah, he actually said it just like that. Listen, he's a rock star. Donald Trump is a rock star president. He said they don't know what the fuck they doing because as Israel is bombing Iran and America is saying don't do it, Israel is not listening to America. Israel is not listening to nobody. Israel is doing whatever they want to do to where nobody believes. Even this week they bombed Syria. They bombed Syria, even though America said no. So I would say that Donald Trump don't have any control over his military or Israel. I think Israel has control.
And that's where my next question comes in at. Do you think Israel owns the U.S.?
Or own?
Own.
Hell yeah, they own them. That's what I was going to say. And here's how you know they own them. As Israel is doing what America is saying not to do. When Iran started bombing back and it looked like Iran was about to whoop their ass, who helped them? America helped them.
Right.
So it's just so what Israel knows is that even if I'm wrong, America gonna help me regardless. I'm gonna just do what the fuck I want to do. So Israel has there's nothing that said that Israel thinks in their mind that if I do this, Trump is not gonna help me. They got Trump in their back pocket. And that's why racist white men will come to us and say, y'all should be joined with us to fight against the Jewish man. No, that's two white men, two white races that are joined together. You should be against Trump. And so even the racist white men are finding out is that this Trump that they love Jewish people more than he loves their type of white people.
When you look at the Bible, is any of the conflict between Israel and Iran or even U.S. Russians in
the Bible?
In prophecy?
Yeah, Ezekiel. So you need Ezekiel 37, Ezekiel 38, and I think might be Ezekiel 25. You need a book of Daniel, if I'm saying off the top of my head. But yes, it is prophesied for those to be in the Bible. It's prophesied for those factions to be on those sides. For Russia to be joined with Iran, Israel and America, that is definitely prophesied. As they only paused it for like 6 months. So what that's telling you is that, yeah, they got the little piece right now, but that's going to pick back up. Like all of this is coming up to the Third World War. And if I can plug, Commander General Hanna is doing a lecture in Chicago, August the 1st, 7 o'clock in Chicago. I'm going to send you the flyer. Make sure you be there because he's going to talk directly about that. What we should be looking for, what we should be doing, because that war is coming.
Y'all going to be inside?
Yeah, we're going to be inside, yep.
Right.
Yep.
When Christ returns, will he go to war with these countries such as Russia, Israel, Iran, China, etc.?
Yeah. And in the Bible, in 2nd Ezra 13 and in Revelations, it's not even just that Christ going to fight them, they going to fight him back. Like if y'all see the movie Independence Day or something like that, imagine the sky cracking and something coming from another realm. Every entity is going to say, hey, let's stop fighting with each other and fight against this power. And so, yes, that's exactly how it's going to happen.
Okay, now check this out.
Right.
Will you and the men of the Lord join Christ in the battle against other countries?
Well, the Bible don't necessarily say that to start.
You're going to be starstruck. Y'all niggas going to get starstruck.
So the Bible says,
come down, hold on. Y'all niggas, you gonna be scared as death. You gonna be scared.
No, so right as the wars is happening.
But think about that. Imagine that shit right now.
It's gonna be shock and awe.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's gonna be shock and awe because he's coming in the middle of a war.
Right.
So in the middle of the war is when he comes. So it's gonna be to the shock of everybody. And so for those that follow Christ, they'll actually be taken up, and they won't be a part of that part. Like Jeremiah 16 says. Behold, I will send for many fishers, they're fishmen. Then I'll send for many hunters and huntmen. So after we get organized, then we'll come back and do that part.
But think about this though. When he come back, is he coming back as a superhero? Because Christ ain't gonna be able to he got to come back like a Superman, like a super type of hero, brother. When you think about it, you're going up against all these countries, Iran and all that.
But he's not coming back don't think like Superman fly and just laying down.
Yeah.
The Bible says he coming with the chariots. So it's the ships that, when it says everybody gonna see him, it's because of the ships that are gonna be here. And then they'll know that that's Christ. That's right. And if anybody take the time, you look up when Ronald Reagan gave a UFO speech when he said, I wonder if we would put our differences aside if something came from another realm.
We often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
And will we fight that entity instead of fighting each other? Because everybody knows that. Only people that are gonna say I'm crazy is the blackity black folk.
What part do African countries play a role in coming against the war? Christ and his soldiers.
Africans are gonna join up to fight it. You said no. Africans are gonna get the shit beat out of them by Christ. But it's fine.
Come on,
them Africans ain't got a chance. Because they're going to be a part of the nations that's going to join to fight Christ. Because the African nations are going to join with Russia. Like Russia and them, they're going to all party up to be against America, to be against Israel. So that's how that's going to go.
Speaking about Africa, did you read about the comment that President Trump made a statement regarding the president of Liberia speaking good English?
And also, we want to encourage American involvement in the investment in Liberia. Yeah. We'd like to see that happen. We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well,
Very
and
good, sir. Thank you.
they come from.
Yeah, that's a racist bastard. Donald Trump. Listen,
was that a racist statement that he made, brother?
Not only was that, it was two things recently Donald Trump said that was racist as hell. That right there, when he said you speak good English, and you didn't think he knew we spoke good English before they was live over there? And when Juneteenth came, and Donald Trump said, man, we got too many federal holidays.
The president did not sign a proclamation this year observing the holiday. Instead, he took to social media posting, "Too many non-working holidays in America. It's costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of these businesses closed."
Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Because that was a federal holiday they had off. But then 4th of July, of course, he has a UFC fight on the 4th of July and all that. So is Donald Trump racist? I mean, I shouldn't have to explain that to y'all. No, nobody should even been surprised by that.
Right. Speak to us, man. Speak to us about where you stand when it comes to all the ICE raids and deportations.
I think we should be standing with them in ICE. I think we should. I said that wrong. I apologize.
Yeah.
When I'm saying standing with them, I'm talking about my Latinos, right?
But
we should be
standing with the Latinos.
Because the Latinos has always stood with us.
Where?
You know how you ever notice whenever we battle somebody that's trying to save white people, they'll say stuff like white people was with us with civil rights. White people was part of the Underground Railroad. They'll bring up those points, right? Historically, let's talk about the Mexicans. The president of Mexico in the 1800s banned slavery, and the reason why they had an Alamo is because, Texas used to be a part of Mexico. So once he banned slavery, that means slavery is also being banned in Texas. And so because the white man wanted to keep slavery going, that's why they had that Battle of Alamo. It was the Mexicans fighting to free black people. That's a piece of history they won't teach you. They'll never teach you that during slavery, just like they had the Underground Railroad to go to New York to white people, you had Mexicans that was providing a route. If you got into Mexico, you would no longer be enslaved. So we forget about that history. You know why? Because the white man will allow a couple of Mexicans to do some harm to black people. Or he'll allow some black people to do some harm to Mexicans. And then he'll propagate where we got this great beef with each other. And so now we hate Mexicans for no other reason than a white man influenced that.
Do you see Haitians and Latinos targeted more than Asians, Europeans, and African immigrants?
Yes, not only do I see Latinos and Haitians targeted more, they're the face of ICE. If it's supposed to be about all illegal immigrants,
right, I'm with you on
then it should be, you ain't never, and here's the crazy part, You don't see no news stories of them running up on an Asian hot house.
Yeah.
And Asians, they over here illegal too. You don't see, not just Asians, East Indians, Arabs, them damn, where was that in Russia? Who was they invading in Russia? Ukrainians. All of the illegal immigrants over here, but the only people that they plaster on the TV are Haitians and Latinos, because that's the real agenda. The agenda is not about everybody. You know why? Because the Haitians are a poor country. Nobody cares about them. The Mexico is a poor country. Nobody cares about them. South America is a poor continent. Nobody cares about them. But they can make money off the Chinese. They can make money off Ukrainians. They can make money off the East Indians. So, of course, they're not going to be the face. So they make the face so that they could justify enslaving the Haitians, justify enslaving the Latinos. Like, the white man is the absolute devil that the Bible speaks of. And it's on display. I don't know. That's what pisses me off about black people that's siding with it. But then them same black people, if I come out here and say, we got to hate the white man, they'll fight me on hating the white man. But they hating the Latino man, but the Latino man ain't do nothing to him. The Haitian ain't do nothing to him. So yeah, definitely that's what they do.
Were the raids and protests against ICE justified and unjust?
No, they definitely justified. I think anytime tyranny happens, I think it should be justified. You know, it was unjustified when them white men stormed the White House. That was unjustified. But you know what? None of them was shot. And they all were pardoned by Donald Trump because Donald Trump called it. Because again, he's a rock star. He's a rock star president. So them ICE and raids, everything that them Latinos is doing to protect themselves, I support it 1,000,000%.
Why did so many Latinos vote for Trump, even though he called many of them rapists, mentally ill, and criminals? Should blacks join to protest against the targeted Latinos?
Here's what I want everybody, when they watch this live stream, I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to look up the percentage of Latinos that voted Republican for Trump, the Trump before that. I think because this is Trump's second time in office, right? But he ran 3 times, right?
This is his second time.
But this is his second time, but he ran 3 times, right? So I want y'all to check the 3 times Trump ran for office, and then who was that? Who was after that? Was it not Cheney, right? No, I remember you saying the wrong one. Yeah, before Trump.
Before Trump, it was Obama.
No, not the president, the Republican. Who was the Republican before Trump? Because it was Obama before that. I forget the white man. No, but here's my point.
Not George Bush.
What? No, he beat. No. Here's my point. What I want y'all to do. Just look up the Latino support of Republicans versus Democrat. People want to make it seem like the Latinos just voted for Trump because he's Trump. I think you're going to find it might be 1% higher for Trump being the Republican representative than it was in the previous times for Latinos for Republican representatives.
Bush was the next Republican before.
No, I want to know the people that was running, not the presidents. Yeah, the people that was running. So I want y'all to understand this. The Latinos didn't vote for Trump any more than they always voted for Republicans. Just like blacks are Democrats, so blacks vote Democrat regardless, Latinos were Republicans. So they just voted Republican because they're Republican. Think about it. Obama didn't help black people at all, but black people voted for him both times. Even though he never voted for him each time. What's going on, brother? How you doing? All right.
Hey, bro, you got $1?
Yeah, I got $1.
Yo, I seen this dude, right?
All right.
Hold up.
Yeah, I got $1 more. Hey, take it off.
There you go.
No problem, brother.
Yo, I seen this dude on TikTok and all that. And that's how he be. Just like that. People be filming him. You know how they make these.
Right.
These are the people running against Trump.
Okay. No. I just want to know.
Republicans are running with
the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Yes. That's all I want to know, who was running. But you ain't got to find. It's all right. We passed it though. And so I want you to leave that part in there too. But here's my point. The Latinos are not doing anything normal than what they always do. They voted Republican because that's what they do. Like blacks vote Democrat. Black people got to stop trying to find ways to hate Latinos because the white man hate Latinos. If you, like, I just don't understand that. They're not voting more. Just all you got to do when y'all watching this live stream, just look up the stats to see if Latinos voted any more for Republicans than they did previously.
Are you familiar with Neon?
Neon?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Neon, a known racist interview on the Breakfast Club.
I don't know.
Am I saying it right? N-E-O-N.
No, Neon, he's a popular, he's like Middle Eastern or Indian streamer.
I don't know.
All right, well, Neon, a known racist, interviewed on the Breakfast Club. Here's the question. Why are black people willing to forgive the white man before their own brother?
I mean, where you want to start? Money.
I don't know who that is. That's just got the question.
Money, power, jealousy, envy. In comic books, right? And you got to know comic books to notice. In comic books, they had this picture of this little black boy, and they had Superman on the other side, right? And they had the little black boy was looking up at Superman in there, because the white man is the black kid's hero, because that's how he's propagated. That white Jesus that we be having at camp, that's why black people hate black people, but love white people, because from the time they were a kid, that white Jesus is embedded in their brain. From a time they were a kid, they're taught that their black skin is a curse. Do a white doll, dark doll test whenever you get a chance, sa.neter on the street. I guarantee you, little black kids in 2025 are gonna still choose the white doll over the black doll. We're taught as a youth that black people are disgusting. They're monsters, they're animals. So of course, I don't want to be a monster. I don't want to be an animal. So I'm going to get closer to who they're saying is the white. That's why black women do their hair the way that they do. They blonde their skin. That's why black men look for any excuse to leave a black woman alone, which you a bitch made nigga for that. We do all of that because as a youth, we're taught that if you're black, you're nothing. Well, I thank the Lord for I should be carrying Commander Jenny Hanna, because black is everything in here.
Do you believe in a real heaven or hell? And if so, where is this? Somebody died.
Nah, the heaven and hell is like right here. That's the real heaven. The real heaven is right here. What's going on, brother? The real heaven, even like that brother that just made that noise, that's hell. That brother's in absolute hell. He got demons on him, ain't no telling how he would act. That's hell right here. And then there's a heaven. So heaven, you don't die. Even that's a slave concept. The white man said, how can I get them to pick all this damn cotton? I'm whooping their ass. Well, what? I need to give them something to aspire to. Because if I keep beating them, they're not going to be healthy enough. I know if you be good enough for me, when you die, Jesus is going to take you and make you an angel. You're going to fly up away. That's why when you look at our songs, when I die, hallelujah, by and by, that's our song. I'll fly away. Because that's what they give us. But that's not the case. When you die, you sleep. Anybody read Ecclesiastes 12:7? When you die, your spirit goes before the Most High. When we see these babies, those us being reincarnated or born back onto this world.
Yeah, but you got to believe in a physical heaven, though, right? Because that's
where the Lord lives.
What you live for.
No.
Aren't you living to go up to heaven?
No, I'm living to rule this planet. That's what I'm living for.
So you don't believe in the concept of a heaven and hell?
Not some place that you go.
So where did God take Elijah?
God took Elijah up in the Elijah got on the chariot, but that physical body died.
So God came down in a spaceship.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead, talk about it. Talk about it. Here we go, y'all. Let's go.
So Elijah was taken up in a chariot. If you want to say spaceship, that's fine. But that flesh died.
No, but God came down in a spaceship.
No, God's never been on earth. The chariot came down. You follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The chariot came down.
Right.
Grabbed Elijah, took Elijah up. But that flesh died because John was Elijah. So that's the cycle of life. Your flesh doesn't last forever. Your spirit lasts forever.
Right.
So when he went up on that chariot, he eventually died, and then he was reborn back as John. But as far as a physical, now the Lord resides in his heavenly realm. So I'm not saying that there's no heaven. That's where the Lord resides. But I am saying when you die, your spirit separates, and that spirit goes before the Most High, and you sleep. You can read 2 Samuel 7:12. God said, when you sleep with your fathers. So that means his fathers are asleep. Meaning their spirits are asleep. They're born and live here. The only place, Christ said, fear not the one that destroyed the body, but not the soul. But rather fear the one that can destroy both soul and body in hell. Your body and soul or spirit only exist on this plane. It don't exist together outside of that.
All right, so is there anything else you want to say? Like,
2 weeks from now, I'm going to be in Chicago for the Midwest Fire Weekend with my boy, Captain Quad. Commander Jenny Hunter going to be doing a lecture. August the 1st, I'm going to give sa.neter the flyer. I might have the flyer on me. Let me see if I got the flyer on me real fast. Bear with me 1 second. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Yep, I got it. Hold on. So I got the flyer here. If I could just read this off. So I'm going to say it again. So I got to zoom this in. Hold on. Let me zoom this in. All right. So now, Thursday, July 31st, we're going to be in Chicago. We're going to be having a round table of truth, 9909 Roosevelt Road. General Hyman will be teaching class from 6 to 8. And then that Friday, Commander Jenny Hunter doing a lecture at 9909 Roosevelt Road. That lecture is going to be about, are we done yet? It's going to be about what the Third World War upcoming, and what are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians supposed to be doing as we live in these times. So with that, right, shout out to my.
Hold on, what's going on with the general? Is he done?
Okay. So
the Manning or what? What's going on?
So we want to do it August 30th, which is the day before our cookout. That's the date. Now here's where we at with it.
Okay.
What we want to do is kind of make it a little bigger,
right.
Meaning like we want Commander Jenny Hunter there, we want Pastor Manning there. We're working on getting some other people involved to have a bigger panel of discussion, because we feel like Pastor Manning's reputation, Commander Jenny Hunter's reputation is not like virgin birth type of battle. Right. See how all your questions was about Trump and ICE and stuff like that? We want to cover that. So we actually want to have a panel where it could be Commander Jenny Hunter, Pastor Manning, maybe 2 or 3 other people. We sit down, and then you could have the questions like how you asking the questions right now, and then you sitting there, Pastor Manning, what you think about this? What should we be doing here? What do you?
Something like the state of the race.
There you go. There you go.
If you remember that.
Yeah. So that's what we want. We want to do that. So we want to set that up. Ashar found this spot, but it's a little pricey. I'm gonna tell you about it offline. But it's a little. What's the spot?
It's called Grand Slam Banquet
Hall.
Sa.neter.